Stephen, good to see you. Thanks for your time this morning. So as Justin Timberlake once said, is it going to be May?
I think it'll be any time from Australia, we call it any time from Australia Day next year. It looks like May, which means all of the announcement that Scott Morrison has made over the last couple of weeks won't come to pass if they rely on legislation. It means, let's take, for example, the big announcement that he made yesterday on cracking down on social media trolls. Sounds good on the face of it, but it won't happen until at the end of next year at the earliest because he's refusing to schedule Parliament. So once again, we have big announcements being made, but no follow through because they simply aren't scheduling the parliamentary days to get work done.
Speaking of announcements, Sorry, Stephen. Yes, speaking of announcements, yesterday the government came through with what it claims was strong action on scam texts. In your opinion, was it enough?
It's a step, a welcome step. I've been setting out what Labor would do if we win the next election over the last month and a half, our 5-point plan, getting governments to coordinate the actions of the private sector, absolutely critical. If I've got a criticism of what the government announced yesterday, is that it comes 2 years too late. We know from the government's own figures that scams are costing us $33 billion a year. Yeah. So we've been calling on this for 2 years for the SMSs to be blocked at source. It's cost us $66 billion while the government's twiddled its thumbs, not acted on what is a very, very simple move. The technology has existed for decades. It's the same technology they use to filter out emails. It can be applied to the SMSs. Why the delay?
Okay, on to our major story of the morning, Stephen. Just want to get your reaction to the pause that the government has pressed now on international travel, including skilled migrants and students. Was it the right call, or is this going to fuel a public that's already over it and already high on anxiety?
Oh, look, there's a hell of a lot of uncertainty around this new African strain of the virus. We don't know whether it is... we know that it's more virulent. We don't know whether it is going to be more deadly than the previous strains, so some caution is warranted. But geez, it's a blow to my region. Local universities were making plans to get international students back. Hospitality businesses crying out for staff that they simply cannot get. So it's going to be a real whack to business and to the economy in the lead up to Christmas, a whack that we didn't need.
Well, that's right. I mean, you're seeing at the moment already businesses need those. We need those migrants, need those students to be able to help out. People might be aware, you go to a restaurant, it's taking a lot longer to be able to get whatever you order because they don't have enough staff. So you're coming into the busy Christmas period now. That's going to continue, right?
Yeah, look, retail, hospitality, the entertainment industry, all have been absolutely whacked about over the last 12 months. We should have been planning these totally foreseeable labour force shortages a lot earlier, to have plans in place to provide hospitality and the tourism sector the staff that they need. Disappointing that hasn't happened, and this is going to be an additional blow. Not having the students in particular, who are a mainstay of staff in the hospitality industry, coming back in as scheduled. A huge blow to the industry when they least needed it.
But just to be clear, you support the pause of 2 weeks at the moment?
Look, I think it's a sensible, cautious measure. We don't know the full impact of this new strain. We'll probably have a better idea mid-December. So I think it's an entirely sensible strain, but I've got friends overseas who are planning on coming back for Christmas. They're going to be very disappointed with the change in these travel arrangements. More uncertainty means more cost.
Doesn't our high vaccination rates account for something, though? I mean, we are at some of the highest levels in the world at the moment, and if travellers are double vaxxed when they come in, and if this variant seems to be only mild, then was there a need to do it, really?
It's the second if that we don't know about. Believe me, if we want to see those borders safely opened up so that people can travel again, but it's the second if we're not sure about yet. We don't know whether our existing vaccines are going to be sufficient to provide protection against this new strain. Early indications that it is looking good, but 2 weeks caution is a reasonable response in all circumstances.
And just finally here, Stephen Jones, are you worried that this will give reason for state premiers to keep borders closed or shut them again?
Well, state borders have got to manage their health systems the way they see fit. We're not all in the same set of circumstances. The big states of New South Wales and Victoria, very high vaccination rates. Some of our other states catching up, but they are a way behind. So you can understand some caution in those areas. I want them to hurry up because I, like many other Australians, want to see people being able to travel, do their business, and get back to life a little bit more normal.
Stephen Jones, appreciate your time this morning. Thanks for joining us.
Good to be with you, Pete.